Today, we are going on one of the most incredible journeys you can possibly imagine. It's a journey your food takes every single day, a super complex, microscopic process that's absolutely essential to keeping you alive. So let's follow the path, starting from that very first bite. I mean, think about it. You grab a sandwich, you take a bite, you chew, you swallow, and then what? It kind of just disappears, right? Well, what happens next is nothing short of a masterpiece of biological engineering. Yep, you heard that right. From the second it enters your mouth to the moment it leaves, your food travels down a winding, twisting tube that's about 9 meters or 30 feet long. To put that in perspective, that's longer than a giraffe is tall. It's incredible. So what's the whole point of this epic journey? It all boils down to one simple concept: digestion. It's the amazing process of taking that big, complex food, like a piece of bread or meat, and breaking it down into tiny, simple molecules that your body can actually absorb and use for everything from energy to growth to repairing itself. Now, digestion isn't just one thing. It's actually a two-pronged attack, and both parts work together perfectly. First up, you've got mechanical digestion. This is the physical part, the crushing, the grinding, the churning. Think about chewing with your teeth or your stomach literally squeezing and mixing everything up. Then you've got chemical digestion. This is where the big guns, special proteins called enzymes, come in to chemically dismantle the food molecules. All right, so where does this all kick off? Let's start right at the beginning. The first leg of this adventure takes place in what's called the upper gastrointestinal, or GI tract. It all starts in the mouth. Chewing, the fancy word is mastication, is your first mechanical step. But, chemical digestion actually starts right then and there too. An enzyme in your saliva called amylase immediately starts working on any starches. From there, that ball of food, or bolus, gets pushed down the esophagus by these amazing muscular waves called peristalsis. And then it lands in the stomach. This is basically a muscular bag where the food gets churned and mixed with some seriously powerful gastric juices, turning it all into a soupy paste called chyme. And let me tell you, the stomach is not a friendly place. It is an incredibly harsh environment. It's filled with hydrochloric acid, which creates a pH somewhere between 1 and 3 that's extremely acidic. This acid does two really important things. One, it starts to unravel proteins, making them easier to digest later. And two, it's your body's bouncer, killing off most of the nasty bacteria and viruses you might have accidentally swallowed. Okay, so after surviving that intense acid bath in the stomach, our soupy chyme moves on to the main event, the small intestine. This, right here, is where the real magic of getting all the good stuff out of your food happens. In the small intestine, it's like a floodgate of enzymes opens up, each one targeting a specific nutrient. Amylase keeps working on carbohydrates, breaking them down into simple sugars like glucose. For proteins, enzymes like trypsin finish the job that pepsin started in the stomach, breaking them all the way down into their basic building blocks, amino acids. And fats? They get a special treatment from lipase and something called bile, which breaks them up into tiny absorbable bits like fatty acids. And get this, the efficiency here is just staggering. A whopping 95% of all the nutrient absorption from the food you eat happens right here, in the small intestine. It is, without a doubt, the powerhouse of your entire digestive system. So you might think, okay, nutrients absorbed, we're done, right? Not even close. What about all the stuff we can't digest, like certain types of fiber? Well, that's when it's time to call in the reinforcements. Trillions of them, in fact. Who are these trillions of helpers? It's time for you to meet your gut microbiota. This is the gigantic, super complex community of bacteria living mostly in your large intestine. And trust me, they are absolutely crucial partners in your health. To give you an idea of just how powerful this community is, check this out. Scientists estimate that the collective DNA of all our gut microbes contains about 3 million genes. That's 150 times more genes than in the entire human genome. What does that mean? It means they have a massive toolkit of metabolic abilities that we humans just don't possess on our own. So what are these little guys actually doing for us? Well, a whole lot, it turns out. They are fermentation masters, breaking down dietary fiber our bodies can't handle. They're also like tiny vitamin factories, cooking up essential B vitamins and vitamin K. They even help us metabolize beneficial plant compounds and, crucially, produce these amazing little molecules called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. Let's zoom in on those SCFAs for a second. Acetate, propionate, and butyrate are the big three. They're all super important, but butyrate is a true superstar. Why? Because it's the #1 favorite fuel source for the cells that line your colon. It literally keeps your gut wall healthy and strong. And this is where it gets really wild. Just look at how much we rely on these microbial allies for our vitamins. Some estimates suggest our gut bacteria can produce a huge chunk of our daily needs for certain B vitamins. For vitamin B6, it could be as high as 86% of what you need every day. It's like having a custom vitamin supplement factory running 24/7 right inside of you. All right, now that we've properly been introduced to our microbial partners, let's follow this incredible journey to its final leg, from the small intestine all the way to the exit. So, how long does this whole trip take? Well, it's not a quick flight. On average, it takes about 6 hours for food to make its way through your stomach and small intestine. But then it hangs out for a much longer time. We're talking 36 to 48 hours in the large intestine. That gives plenty of time for water to be reabsorbed and for our microbe friends to do their fermentation work. All in all, the total transit time, from plate to toilet, is usually somewhere between 24 and 72 hours. And here we are, the final job. The large intestine's last task is to soak up most of the remaining water from all that indigestible stuff, compact the waste material, and form it into feces, which is then stored until it's time for elimination. And that marks the end of our food's incredible 30-foot journey. So I want to leave you with this one thought. Digestion isn't just about feeding your cells. It's a massive team effort. The food you choose to eat doesn't just nourish you. It nourishes the trillions of microscopic allies living inside you. And in return, they work hard to help keep you healthy. It really changes how you look at your next meal, doesn't it?